I made a video game without knowing code, and here's what happened. Okay, here's the thing. Christmas is a month away, and I have to get a gift for my good friend and, well, financial lifeline, Pyrocynical. The plan is simple. Well, he's rich anyway, he can buy whatever he wants at any time. So, why don't I make him a game? Oh, fuck. Why don't I make him a game? And we have exactly 1 month to make this project a reality. So, I got started and I made some ideas. These are ideas for a game that I have, and I'm gonna make in 1 month, just before Christmas. I have no experience in coding. Hell. Pyro's character is going to cameo as an NPC, and well, you have to get his little drip for him. Gotta get him some of those Balenciagas, some of that Louis Vuitton. Alright, so I've done the head, now I need a body. And I don't really have a reference for that, apart from this, which actually, it's got the perfect body of what I'm trying to go for, so hey! After modeling the body, I had to begin animating it, giving some, walking animation and have those play on command whenever you get to the next stage. And after that, I slapped on the most cooked texture map ever. You want my CV for game design? Here it is. After day 1, we went to day 2, and, well, I already slammed into my first hurdle. I don't know how to code. The ideas keep stacking, and I have no idea on how to execute them. I'm literally just watching a tutorial on how to move a character. Like, I'm even coding. So I'm looking at the tutorial now, and I'm gonna do that for a lot of things, but just add my own personality to it. I'm gonna do that now. After watching a handful of this Ghost's YouTube channel, I was getting the hang of it, recognizing patterns and lightly understanding what some things even mean. And so, I had created life.
Give my creation life!
I felt progress, things were happening, things were coming to life. This was actually in the realms of possibility that I've never felt before. With movement and Pyrocynical's model out the way, I begin what they call white blocking. I began planning the objectives, where you'd go, what you'd do, and what sequence you'd do it in. I was designing. Whoa. In my game, you had to drip this little fella out. You can obtain the drip by obtaining 3 items, some Balenciaga shoes, some V-Loan, and his acclaimed PS5 hoodie. But during the adventure, you come across some adversaries. Ah, yes, this is very original, people. The Ramska channel is a place of uniqueness and originality. And all was going well, all was coming together like tight gorilla glue. And then crashed. My ideas are solid, but the question remained, how the fuck do I code? Sure, Bracky's channel is still around despite him being gone, and sure, I want super niche systems and everyone's code is different that they don't really mesh well together, and I don't know how to make my own. And also, just copying someone else's code isn't really teaching me how to code. I had just under a month to create this project, and I had succumbed to defeat through some frustration. Video games aren't real. They're just too difficult to make to be real. Video game studios just think them into existence. After all, Mommy and Daddy say computer wizards are real. Platformer, asset flip. Just learn to code, forehead. Just code. Platform. Code is the way. Just learn code, like asset. Just learn code. You should get yourself some hoes. Fuck you, Dunning-Kruger. Make a platform. Strip everything down. Overpromise and underdeliver. Platformer. That's it! Mommy and Daddy said I was a computer wizard. I had the solution to this coding problem all along, and I used a method that I like to call having friends who know how to code, so I hit them up. Yo, dude, you wanna help code my game?
Wait, who are you? We have no mutual servers, and our last message was from like 3 years ago?
And so, they were a part of the team. We were like 2 Johns in a pod. Carmack and Romero. He was the Blizzard to my Bill Cosby. I went on to make some models and some textures, and I now glued all my work together with the strongest of the Gorilla Glue grit. This time, instead of a first-person shooter that looked like it was made by a 10-year-old who just discovered Hammer for the first time, I wanted to make something that was more simple, that was easier to make and also easier to play. A Crash Bandicoot-like platformer, with world hazards such as Arabian men who make your pants fall down.
Why don't her pants fall down? I want to see her pants fall down.
Again, I began the process of gray blocking. This basically allows you to test out many things for early concepts like level design and systems you may build for your gameplay, from enemy systems and abilities. Because if you happen to have the ingenious idea to create a boss with a really overpowering structure, 1, whose abilities and patterns are unique to oneself, but ultimately forget to make a good arena to battle them in the first place, what you end up with is the chaos bed in Dark Souls. And of course, over time, I knew what I had to account for in the design. How far can the character jump? How fast do they run? And how much should the donut pyro mode affect the velocity formula? I then made some NPC models of my friends, represented by their personas. Later on, I'd go on to designing enemies. I actually took some ideas from the last game's idea and repurposed them. Turns out these Christianian drawings in my sketchbook actually had some use. Me and Einar, we had found a muse, and well, development was going really well. So now I'm gonna do Colossal's face textures, and I'm gonna do that with my face and my phone. I wanted to mix the textures up between painted and IRL images, so... And I was also thinking of doing, mixing some photos in the environment too. We'd knock one task out the other. We'd get one idea after the other. And some new ideas would instantly cause problems. And we'd take that shit by the neck and we'd go... No. Modeling was one of my favorite parts, just playing around and trying to find a style while still being contained in the PS1 and N64 style. I mean, it had to be PS1 style. You think I can model something like this? Have you seen the wireframe of my mesh? This shit sucks! And also, oh no, I'd forgot something. Pyrocynical's face! He has no face! Well, he has a face, but it's just a placeholder, so I commissioned Deflamify on Twitter to design one for me. And then I animated it in After Effects, then gave to Einar to put the animated face on the model, which could change depending on the player's health, and now it looks like this. God, we are so good. The game was nearly done. Everything was patching up, but we were still missing something. I needed some guinea pigs, so I scrounged up a starving Polish man that was hidden in my basement the entire time, and I ultimately paid him in potatoes to test my game.
This game is not playtesting.
And so the ratings were in. People couldn't get enough of it. With so much vibrance and fart sniffing, the Pyro platformer has a bit of something for everyone. I didn't get a recording of this because, I wanted to keep it authentic between me and him, but here's pretty much a recreation of what happened on that day when I offered this gift to him.
Trust me, when you fire this game up, your little fucking nuts are gonna start quaking, buddy.
And in that conversation, I suggested that he'd stream playing the game. Please stream this game, man, please. I'll work for free. Please, anything. I'll suck your dick. With my Charisma 10 plus speech check, he streamed it. And, well, here's some of the highlights.
Okay, cracked. Oh my god, too easy. This game sucks. What? I like the nostalgic N64 water. People on Tumblr would post that and be like, so nostalgic. I miss paying taxes. Come on! Bolt, long jump. Oh my god! I can't even get in there. I'm lucky. Oh, okay. Oh, it's broken! The game's broken! Day 1 patch! Oh my god. Oh, holy! Pyro. Hey, Rose. Are you for real right now? You made that entire game just so you could ask for a pay rise on stream. Talking shit, you coward. I know you're watching. Kids can't feed themselves. I would so time you out if you want like a mod right now.
If you want to play this game, it's on itch.io. I'll leave it in the description. It's called Pyro's Fever Dream. I forgot to say Lamau. But in the future, I do plan to release it on Steam for free. I just have to change some audio things because we don't really... Well, it's from Bomberman. I don't own Bomberman. Ultimately, I am no video game designer. And, well, this is my first video game project. Let alone, I didn't even touch a scrap of the code that was made in this game. The title didn't lie, eh? My friend Einar has done so much in this project that he didn't need to do in the first place, but he put so much commitment into it. It's more of his game than it is mine. I pretty much did the modeling, the textures, all the visuals. I have learned so much off of him, and I hope to work with him in the future so I can actually get into some code. I could not have made this project without him. A lot of the design process was just ideas haphazardly thrown together and somehow working out in the end after some fine-tuning. There was barely any foresight in the writing, the level design, just more of like the spectacle, really. I just wanted to make something that was visually charming to look at, something that was more of a referential thing to my friend Niall, whether it be from in-jokes or the characters or stuff he was into like Evangelion. That shot at the end, holy fuck. Einar did the camera work on that and he positioned it so fucking perfectly. And all of this is ironic. I've made a plethora of videos criticizing video games and the design, and well, did I obey those critiques that I made? But goddamn, reviewing something after the fact is so much easier than making the thing itself. But is it as fun? That's up for debate. All I can say is, I finally made a game, and not many people can say that. And also, not many people can also say that they've made a game for their friend.